Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Tyler. This is going to be a special video request to one of my subscribers named Shyla Johnson. And the reason why is simply because based on the video request on what she asked me to do and the things that I've had on my mind, I made a final decision that it would make sense to put these two combinations into one. And I want to simply say to Shyla Johnson, thank you for taking the time to ask me to do a video request, which I am going to name this Signs of Knowing That a Person Will Leave You High and Dry. And I'm not just only doing it for this person's sake, but for every single person out there that is watching this video. And I just want to go on ahead and give you the first sign of knowing that a person will leave you high and dry. And I know for a fact, for all of you people out there watching this video, if you're well known of having this or you well known of doing this, you are going to get extremely pissed off at me and going to direct attacks at me. But let me just go on ahead and give you this first sign, is that whenever that you see a person that you are friends with or building a friendship or a relationship with, this person is constantly having panic attacks or constantly being nervous every time that you turn around, and this has been going for a long cycle period of time, and there has been no sight of comfortability that that person has shown you at all. So whenever that you are seeing this people and that constant cycle with that person has not shown that, okay, I'm comfortable with you, or I'm extremely comfortable with you, this is a sign that that person will leave you high and dry. If you plan to meet somewhere up ahead into the future, or plan a vacation or plan to go somewhere, despite of whatever that you are trying to plan with that person will not call or no show or anything like that. And the reason why is simply because in the mindset of this type of person, that type of person is going by the fears of what's going on in his or her head, saying that, oh, this is probably a trap, or that person will not meet up with the end of the bargain, or that person will not be there. These are fears that go on inside of that person's mind, despite of if you have built a friendship, building a friendship or a relationship or friends with that person. And a lot of you people are going to get pissed off and sit there and say, well, Tyler, that's just a mental condition. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell all of you people something, and I'm going to say something to let this sink in. If that person that you so-called say, okay, that is a mental condition, or what that person have, and this has been going on for a long period of time, and that you have been friends with that person, and you have been in a friendship or a relationship with that person, shouldn't it be that person should have been comfortable and at ease in your presence for quite some time, and you know that you ain't gonna do nothing to harm or hurt that person mentally or emotionally? And I want a lot of you people to think about that for a moment before you attack me, and let that sink in. There should be some type of comfortableness there, and there should be no type of excuses. Because I will sit here and I will say to all of you people, those type of people that have panic attacks and nervousness all the time in that constant cycle, the moment that person leave you high and dry, is the same person that will probably come back to you like a month or 2 months later, or maybe 5 months later, sitting there with a fake apology or saying that he or she is sorry. And you know the reason why is simply because that you know for a fact that you treated that person right. You know for a fact that you treated that person well. You know for a fact you treated that person like a king or a queen in that relationship. You know for a fact that you treated that person like royalty in a friendship. That's the reason why that person will sit there and have that conviction on the inside of them. But in overall, there ain't really no 360 change there. That person just saying, I just want to get back to you. But the other side of their mindset sitting there saying, I just still have this deep fear up inside of me. That's what that person's sitting there saying. because that person know that you was a good person. But I know a lot of you people are already pissed off at me, but it don't make me it doesn't make a difference to me anyway. Now let me just go on ahead and get into the second sign of knowing that a person will leave you high and dry. If you have a person that you are friends with, or you are building a friendship or relationship with, and this person is constantly giving you excuses that he or she is busy, or he or she is tied up every single time, and then all of a sudden you go on social media like Facebook, or maybe like Twitter or Instagram or something like that, and then after you have received that message from that person, then you see something on their Facebook or their Instagram or their Twitter, or maybe on their Snapchat. Just a minute or two later, I will sit here and I will say this to all of you people. If you are constantly going through that cycle of excuses, excuse making, that person is tied up every single time, I will sit here and I will tell you, that is a major sign that person will leave you high and dry. If you plan something with that person, to meet up with that person somewhere, or to plan a vacation, or to plan to meet up somewhere, that both of you are going to go somewhere or to be somewhere at a particular time. And the reason why I say that is simply because that person is signaling to you that you are not a priority. That's what that person is actually saying to you through their actions whenever they're giving you constant excuses every single time. And and only time that person will probably might consider you as a priority is when it's suitable for him or her. Which a lot of people say that's narcissistic. So I'm sitting here telling all of you people, beware of that. Whenever people are constantly making these excuses that they're busy, but you're seeing them on Facebook, you're seeing them on Snapchat, you're seeing them on Instagram, or sometimes most people that constantly make excuses or a person that makes excuses to you constantly that he or she is busy, sometimes it's a cover-up lie. Because someone else might have been the priority and not you. But that person just ain't been caught yet by you. Let me just go on ahead and give you the last and final sign of knowing when a person will leave you high and dry. Now, I want you to listen to me very closely. If you plan something with somebody that you are friends with, or building a relationship or a friendship with, and this same type of person gets mad at you when you ask, do you want to meet up, or do you want to do something to meet up somewhere? And this person gives through that by their actions and sit there and say no, and sit there and say yeah, just like in a tone like he or she doesn't even want to do it at all, and that this person is doing this or have done this to you and constantly doing this, I will sit there and I will say that that's a sign that person will leave you high and dry. Is simply because that person is already signaling a warning to you that he or she does not want to do anything with you, or he or she does not want to spend time with you, or he or she does not want you in their presence for the future moment. And you know the reason why? It's simply because that person is saying, you're just not a priority to me at the time, or I'm just sick and tired of your ass. That's what that person is sitting there saying. So I'm telling all of you people, watch that, because that's a major warning sign right there. If that person does that and then all of a sudden they're sitting there saying no, or they're sitting there giving a yeah like he or she doesn't even want to do it, that's a major warning sign that you shouldn't plan nothing with that person, because it can put you in a lot of heartache and pain in the future time whenever that person does not, no call, no show. And I want to sit here and I want to say this right quick to a lot of you people. And I know this is probably doesn't even have nothing to do with the subject, which I already done gave you all the signs. All of you people out there, and I'm going to say this like I said in 2 videos ago. The people who call you bro or sis that maybe is your so-called friends, you need to watch those type of people very closely. And use wisdom of who you want to choose to come into your clique. And what do I mean by this? Who do you want into your circle? You need to be very careful, because every person that calls you bro or sis is not your friend. Because true friends, or if you're in a true relationship, they will not leave you high and dry or hanging. I know sometimes most things will come up at sometimes, but it's not a ongoing cycle is what I'm sitting here saying. And I will sit here and I will tell all of you people, for people who try and come back into your life and wanting to make it right with you and sobbing and stuff like that, I sit there and I say, and sitting there crying their asses off, I would sit there and I say, yeah, go get the go or whatever. But that's 5% of the people. But 95 of them will come back with this fake ass apology. So I'm sitting here telling all of you people, be careful and carefully discern the difference. Discern the difference is what I'm sitting here telling you. Because them people will come back, and reason why that person will come back is simply because that person knew how good of a person that you was at first. But not yet realize what he or she truly had. Because if a person knew what he or she truly had, then in other words, that person will sob or probably cry in your face and then make a change to make it right with you and reveal through their actions that he or she is not going to leave you high and dry. That's the difference. So I know I'm supposed to go get crucified for this, but that's all right. But I'm trying to give a lot of you an informative education so that a lot of you will not get extremely burnt in the long run. So I'm just going to go on ahead and cut this video short. And for those who liked and watched this video, I give you the invitation to please subscribe to this channel, because you'll receive weekly content on a weekly basis. Thank you and have a great and awesome evening. I'm going back to work.